international debut 22 years ago yesterday. Would you believe? It's a marathon career. There is a long way to go until that World Cup in February or March. They're playing a lot of cricket, India. So she needs to keep contributing with the bat, making sure of it. I don't think there'll be an enormous amount of sentimentality around the decision around Mithali Raj. We saw in the 2018 T20 World Cup that she made runs but lost her spot. Jilan Goswami, the other champion of this side, same age, 38 years of age, she was tapped on the shoulder before that competition. So runs are the only currency for Mithali. It won't be about what she's done before, it's what she's doing now.
Stuff from England, just trying to frustrate Mandana. She's finding the middle of the blade okay, but can't pierce that gap between the three fielders in the covers. Can't cross one of those. England have fortified their bowling ranks in this 11. 5 frontline bowlers, plus they have Nat Siva, who would consider herself frontline, and Heather Knight as well. Finds the gap this time. Glorious. Absolutely beautiful. Trademark Smriti Mandana. 15 without loss.
Hello India, I am NP Singh. Please join me.
The conditions warranted a bowl first. Lights on here, fresh pitch, but as yet there's been very little in the way of movement off the surface. Little bit of swing. Surface looks an excellent one. Forecast is improving as the day goes along. Oh, that's up in the air. I think she's got away with it. Well, pin the ears back and give it up is Verma's motto.
Just got to love the carefree way. Not carefree, not careless, but it's brave, isn't it? That we saw that in the test match, that she would pick her moment, and almost irrespective of where the ball was delivered, she was going to take it on, certainly through the offside, opening it up. Brave batting.
Yeah, outside of her crease in her stance, but went really deep for that one. Gives herself a bit of room and finds the gap again. Consecutive boundaries. Catherine Brunt will not be happy with that.
She must be so difficult to bowl to. All that experience from Brunt, but full delivery goes over the top. Nothing wrong with that. Goes a fraction shorter, and that is class. Playing the ball under her eyes, right into the gap. No backswing required. It's glorious stuff.
Yeah, calculated that Brunt would be back of a length, just gave herself a bit of room and glided it through.
First one guys.
It must be infuriating. Batter is moving around in the crease, entirely sort of carefree about giving her stumps away, backing herself to make contact if the ball is straight. Holds the bat right up on the end of the handle to give herself maximum leverage.
Yeah, we saw this lovely contrast last week. She'd play a shot like she did a few balls ago, where she opens up the offside and may not get it all, but gets away with it. And next ball, technically perfect, as we saw there behind point. She's able to switch gears so easily. Such a capable young player. She's already struck 32 sixes in international cricket. I mean, she can really go. 2 out on the leg side for that.
Decides to go straight, and that's found shrub sole. Brunt wins the battle, wins the argument, and that's a big breakthrough for England.
down the seam, taking a little bit of pace off the ball, banging it into the pitch. Verma made the decision to go, but in the end a comfortable opportunity there for Anya Shrubsole, made no mistake. Brunt loves it as well. Doesn't diminish with her passion over the years, that's for sure. The true attack leader. Verma falls for 15. India lose their first wicket. It's 23 for 1.
एंट्रेंस एग्जाम एक ही का होता है.
Is in at number 3 for India. She will have the strike at the beginning of the next over. 23 for 1.
The men in blue are back for yet another electrifying series.
And that strike rate is a bit of a concern in the modern 50 over game. Perhaps a reason as to why India have struggled to put those bigger totals on the board in one-day internationals. Senior players with strike rates below 70, comfortably below 70. Worth having another look at the demise of Shefali Verma. 2 fielders back on the leg side. Brunt was always going to be looking at the middle of the pitch. And this could have happened perhaps any number of times during the test match last week. England delighted.
Yeah, maybe a bit of game awareness then. Limited overs cricket. Brunt was always going to turn to a variety. Excellent bit of bowling there with the slower off cutter, banging it into the pitch. And Verma could have been happy with what she achieved in the over and reset into the over, but wasn't to be. Brunt the winner, and made sure that Verma knew about it as well, as is her prerogative as a fast bowler, of course. But it's a wonderful wave to ride when Shefali Verma's going. It's hard not to get caught up in it. It's when she can get away. The way she could transform short-form cricket in India and inspire millions of people to take up the game and drive this team to the next level ahead of the World Cup next year, where there'll be a serious contender, make no mistake.
Well, the old firm, Brunt and Shrubsole back together. New ball in hand. Teamed up to get rid of Verma.
Yeah, Shrubsole no longer the vice-captain of this team, relinquishing those duties recently to Nat Sibber. Just struggled a wee bit with injury in recent times, didn't play in New Zealand on the spring tour. Indeed, Nat Sibber got a chance to captain England on that trip in Knight's absence, but still very much a senior player, and your Shrubsole so consistent over such a long period of time.
End of the 6th, 23 for 1.
The men in blue are back on the Sony Sports Network. Indian skipper. The power of steel.
Get your mind going. Get your mind going.
The strength of metal.
Get your mind going. Get your mind going. Get your mind going. Get your mind
The
going.
new classic Mark III. Get your mark on.
Tidy start from England. Some sparkling strokes from Mandana and Verma. England will feel that they've got things a little bit more under control now. Strength can be a weakness too. Left-handers always looking for that little bit of width. Perhaps didn't quite get the back foot across and close enough to this one. Front foot just went straight up the line of middle stump. Little feather perhaps through to Amy Jones. Short ball again. Sarah Glenn with an early touch down at deep fine leg. Shame she didn't get a gig in the test match, I thought, especially with all of the fuss made around the used pitch. Feel that a pitch is 2 or 3 days old before the start, and then you leave your leg spinner out. England perhaps could have done with her services as that game came down to a close on day 4. Might well have made the difference. Oh, that's close. No, perhaps a little inside edge.
Yeah, just sliding down comfortably. No real need for the review there. England just were a little bit top heavy last week. They probably didn't need 7 specialist bats in the test match. And we saw that Nat Siver, who batted 4 in the test side, I mean, she was a more than capable 4th seamer. She balances that team really nicely. So there would have been room for Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia Elwes was perhaps surplus to requirements.
And you can understand why Elwes got a game based on the way she's played for England. Certainly in the limited test opportunities they've had, but yeah, in the end didn't quite work out.
Straighter this time. Maybe height. Maybe height. She's not tall, Poonam Rao. So even if it did hit her on the knee roll, you have to make the minds up pretty quickly.
Back leg as well. Yeah, a bit above the knee roll there. Back thigh pad. Might have kissed the inside edge as well.
Great line, excellent line and length from Catherine Brunt. 7 overs gone, 25 for 1.
The men in blue are back on the Sony Sports Network. He can change the momentum, but he can change the game. The Lanka Lions may be ready, but the men in blue are in it to win it. India's tour of Sri Lanka starts Tuesday, 13 July, 1:30 p.m. onwards. Round of 16, Netherlands versus Czech Republic tonight, 8 p.m. live on Sony Sports Network.
start from India. Obviously disappointed with the loss of Shefali Verma. So much spoken about her prior to the start of the game, especially after her performances in the Test match. Just wonder, Lydia Greenway, if England have done a little bit of study.
Yeah, they've seemed to have found a weakness in Shefali Verma's game. We were just talking about off air, just, you know, that short delivery. She looks to stay leg side of the ball. Maybe doesn't pick it up that early.
Well, anything in her arc, she looks so comfortable. We were next door and sort of oohing and ahhing at the sumptuousness of her timing and stroke play when the ball is full. So obviously the shorter length deliveries or back of the length deliveries from both Shrubsole and Brunt is the plan that England have set. Now it's something for Shefali Verma to take a look at. In Test match cricket, you know, she can either defend or leave it alone, there's no pressure, but when the format is shortened somewhat, you have to work out a way. That's well bowled. Good length from Shrubsole, just settling in. Just conceded the 10 runs so far.
I think it's the height of a bouncer as well. That is so important, isn't it? When you're looking to really distract the batter, perhaps entice them in to do something that they don't want to do. We saw a very short delivery from Brunt. She didn't look too bothered by it. But it's that delivery that is just waist and shoulder height that makes the batter have to make a decision. It's a shame that their careers don't coincide together. Catherine Brunt just at the back end of hers, and obviously Shefali Verma just on her journey. Either way though, we've seen some good contests so far in the series.
It's a very fine over from Anya Shrubsole, a maiden, 25 for 1.
एंट्रेंस एग्जाम एक ही का होता है, लेकिन इम्तिहान होता है सबका।
बोलना मत, बादाम खाना।
कॉन्सेप्ट समझने और समझाने वाले दोनों का।
कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ रिलेटिव मोशन ट्राई किया।
इसलिए अपनी मेहनत को दो आकाश और बायजूस की एडवांटेज। Akash's 30 years of classroom coaching expertise now with the Byju's advantage helps you succeed in your entrance exam. चलो साथ जीतेंगे। Download Akash app now.
India captain Mithali Raj saying at the toss to Mark Butcher she would have wanted to have bowled first. England, you would imagine, having the best of the conditions, overcast. Seen a little bit of sideways movement in the air. Another short one. A little misdirected from Brunt. No.
जबरदस्त गेंदबाजी इस समय चल करती हुई कैथरीन ब्रंट और श्रुबसोल दोनों ने दबाव बना कर रखा है इस समय स्मृति मंदाना और पूनम रावत पर। खासकर पूनम रावत 16 गेंदें खेल चुके हैं और सिर्फ इकलौता रन उनके बल्ले से निकला है। इसी बीच कैथरीन ब्रंट चली स्मृति मंदाना को बेहतरीन क्लासिक ड्राइव, लेकिन सीधे फील्डर के हाथों, कोई रन नहीं। अच्छी गेंदबाजी कर रहे हैं स्मृति मंदाना को। इस बार इस गेंद पर बेहतरीन शॉट खेला था, लेकिन गेंद सीधे पहुंची मिड ऑन पर, जहां पर गेंद को आसानी से फील्ड किया और कोई रन नहीं। स्मृति मंदाना एक बार अगर अपना बल्ला, इसी बीच चली कैथरीन ब्रंट एक बार फिर जगह बनाकर खेलने की कोशिश, लेकिन डीप एक्स्ट्रा कवर पर गेंद को फील्ड किया गया, कोई रन नहीं। अच्छी फॉर्म में, अच्छी लय में नजर आ रही हैं स्मृति मंदाना और अगर आपने हमारे साथ ज्वाइन लेट किया है तो हम आपको बता दें, इंग्लैंड वुमेन की टीम ने टॉस जीता और पहले गेंदबाजी करने का फैसला स्मृति मंदाना और शेफाली वर्मा ने पारी की शुरुआत की। इसी बीच कैथरीन ब्रंट की ये गेंद इस बार फुल शॉट ऑफ लेग गेंद को खूबसूरती से खेल दिया है मिड विकेट की तरफ, और जब तक गेंद फील्ड की जाए 1 रन और स्मृति मंदाना के खाते में। स्मृति पहुंची 9 पर और भारत वुमेन टीम का जो स्कोर है इस समय 26 रन 1 विकेट के नुकसान पर। शेफाली वर्मा ने ताबड़तोड़ शुरुआत की, 3 चौके जड़ दिए श्रुपसूल और कैथरीन ब्रंट को, लेकिन शिकार हुई कैथरीन ब्रंट के एक बेहतरीन शॉट ऑफ लेग गेंद पर हवाई फायर करने की कोशिश, और बढ़िया गेंद इस बार ब्रंट की पूनम राउत के यहाँ थाई पैड के ऊपर जाकर गेंद लगी। पूनम राउत दबाव में दिखाई दे रही हैं ब्रंट के सामने, जिस तरह से गेंदबाजी कर रहे हैं कैथरीन ब्रंट, अच्छी कसी हुई गेंदबाजी और दबाव बनाकर रखा है इस समय कैथरीन ब्रंट ने पूनम राउत के ऊपर। इस समय बिल्कुल भी दबाव से निकल नहीं पा रही हैं पूनम राउत। इस बार एक बार फिर गेंद जबरदस्त अपील और आउट। ब्रंट को मिलने वाली दूसरी सफलता। पूनम राउत इस समय बिल्कुल भी सहज महसूस नहीं कर रही थी, हालांकि रेफरल लिया है पूनम राउत ने। ये दूसरी अपील है और इस बार अंपायर ने उसको स्वीकार भी किया है। देखना होगा डिसीजन क्या होता है इस समय, काफ़ी करीबी मामला। शुभसूल की ये गेंद मिडिल स्टंप पर टप्पा खाने के बाद बिल्कुल सीधी रही और मुझे लगता है कि शायद पूनम राउत का विकेट भारत गंवा देगा। इनसाइड एज अल्ट्रा एज में कोई हरकत नहीं और काफ़ी करीबी मामला। और अब देखते हैं, ऑफ स्टंप से बाहर टप्पा खाया था गेंद ने और लेग स्टंप के बाहर निकल गई। इसका मतलब ये कि पूनम राउत सेफ हैं। थर्ड एम्पायर का जो डिसीजन है वो नॉट आउट का, और ये रिवर्स करना होगा ग्राउंड एम्पायर को ये डिसीजन। गेंद में स्विंग थी और स्विंग के कारण पूनम राउत को एक बार फिर मौका, एक जीवन दान कह सकते हैं। भारत का स्कोर 27 रन 1 विकेट के नुकसान पे। अच्छी यहाँ पर गेंदबाजी ब्रंट की, थोड़ी स्विंग ने बचा लिया पूनम राउत को। एक बार फिर हमारे साथ जुड़ना ना भूलिएगा। 7:30 बजे इस मुकाबले की सेकंड इनिंग्स के साथ एक बार फिर लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग के साथ मौजूद होंगे हम। और इस बार क्लासिकल ड्राइव, लेकिन सीधे हाथों में, कोई रन नहीं। ओवर की समाप्ति, 9 ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद भारत वुमेन टीम का स्कोर 27 रन 1 विकेट के नुकसान पर। एक बार फिर हम जुड़ेंगे 7:30 बजे आपसे लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग लेकर, और एंजॉय कीजिएगा एक बेहतरीन मुकाबले का जब इंग्लैंड बल्लेबाजी कर रही होगी और भारतीय गेंदबाज ग्राउंड पर झूलन गोस्वामी, शिखा पांडे और ज़बरदस्त फॉर्म में दिखाई दे रही होंगी इस समय। हरमनप्रीत की गेंदबाजी, दीप्त शर्मा का बेहतरीन कॉम्बिनेशन होगा भारतीय टीम जब बल्लेबाजी करने के लिए मैदान पर आएगी। फिलहाल अभी दीजिए हमें इजाज़त, मिलेंगे शाम को 7:30 बजे। नमस्कार, बाय बाय एंड टेक केयर।